And then on the 16th, we have Xavier Gotti on the show. So things looking up as we continue down in September. Alright, I think we're done putting ourselves over. No, Kaliko?
I never done put ourselves over. I mean, if it's up, we up higher than Cardi B's album.
If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, and it's up. Which is a Cardi B
Oh
song.
God. Ooh, I
But
set myself up for that.
it was a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And the biggest news article you'll hear all week is last night on SmackDown. Excuse me. AJ Lee made her triumphant return to WWE after more than a decade. Definitely a big moment in pro wrestling. And honestly, I'm excited for it. I haven't seen her for quite some time. You know, obviously there's been a lot of rumor and innuendos this last couple of, this last week in general. Um, I was skeptical until proven, and show me, show me the proof and I'll believe it. At one point I just felt like it wasn't going to be AJ Lee and they were just going to bring back Cora Jade and like it would be a wet fart or something. Um,
Really, Cora Jade?
I, I don't know, but
Why?
it,
Why would Cora? You only go wife for wife. You don't go wife for mistress. I mean, just joking. Just jokes. Just jokes. Just jokes. Oh,
no, but I, again, I didn't know because AJ Lee hasn't been in a wrestling ring for like well over a decade, and like there's never been like rumor and innuendo between now and then that she was gonna make a return, that she was close to signing something. When she said that she was gonna stay away, like she committed to that. She stayed away.
yeah. I mean, but that's just her. I mean, that's just how she operates. But keep in mind, she stayed away because of me personally. I think it was due to loyalty to the Punk situation. If I had my 2 cents on it, I would have put it on that.
If that was true, she would have she would have done something with AEW, won't she?
No, not necessarily, because um, I don't think I think AJ, her legacy has already kind of been set in a sense in WWE, with where she didn't need AEW.
I mean, very true. Well, I mean, it's all but confirmed. WrestlePalooza set in Becky versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. Um, AJ Lee's first match since 2014. So yeah. Um, do you see this as a one-off, or do you actually see this being something that could, be more for AJ?
Um, it, it's tricky because AJ only came for one reason and one reason only, which
Right.
is her husband, which makes the most sense of most senses, right? So we will see. It just keeps, honestly, it just kind of keeps everything buzzing until these two fight at 42. Because in my mind, the main, or Jesus, yeah, 42, yeah. So 42, because I think they're going to main event 42. Punk Rollins Heavyweight Championship.
Um, That is still up for debate at this point. But
I don't think so because that was the initial. That was the initial plan last year.
yes, but there's two things that come into play for that. The first one being that the problems between Punk and Rollins don't revolve around the championship. And the second thing is there is this guy that's kind of coming up and, is probably the closest he's ever been to the World Championship, and that is a one LA Knight. Yeah.
I still don't see it. Eh, well, I'm gonna put it this way because the championship is just on the back burner until it gets to prime focus. Because keep in mind, none of this would have happened had it been for the championship.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
Punk is gonna aim to get it back. That's just me. If I were putting my 2 cents on it, my money, it's gonna be Seth Punk Mania setting it up, and all of these things are just roadblocks to make it more personal.
true. But, just going back to AJ Lee, obviously a really big moment, and on SmackDown, I popped for it for sure. Um, well,
I spit out my Minute Maid juice.
you spit out the
Couldn't bring the
juices.
juice, ooze. Yeah, didn't. Well, the adult version, not the kid version.
It's non PG juice. Oos.
But
Um,
it is so goddamn good, ooze.
I could definitely understand where this is a big match for, AJ Lee. They made it worth her while. It's not just, some random match. Obviously Becky Lynch is literally the biggest star in WWE.
And I
And
don't think they ever fought.
correct. Um, and she's going up against obviously Seth Rollins, who is obviously one of the bigger wrestlers that the company has as well. Also, world heavyweight champion, and obviously she gets the team with her husband, which is an added bonus to all of that. So I think like all of the chips kind of aligned for her when it comes to high profile. Um, After this, I think it's a good way to test the waters because if she does actually pin Becky, or just hold on, if she does happen to win the match with Becky, I mean it kind of puts her in line for an Intercontinental Championship match. I mean it doesn't.
Possibly.
I mean, it doesn't mean that she necessarily needs a title, but I would say that the title would need a high profile name like an AJ Lee to go after it at one point to say. And I'll definitely say this: that Intercontinental Championship is getting a lot more love than the United States Championship is.
I know, poor Julia.
Yeah, but I mean, we could definitely see a lot of dream matches because AJ, like you said, she dipped out before most of these girls made it to the main roster. Becky, Bailey, Charlotte. Um, we're, we're not gonna see
When
Sasha.
Sasha was there. I mean, yeah, when Sasha was there. But even then, you got to think that next wave, which is Rhea, Io, Bianca. Now you got Roxanne. Um, yeah, she is a plethora of people, but I, the question is that is it we have to see based on how this match comes out whether it's a one-off or not.
Right.
I personally would think it would be kind of a one-off because other than this, there's no reason for her unless she just catches the bug big time.
Right. I know,
Like
Roxanne
big
has.
time.
I know Roxanne has crazy been pushing for a match against AJ Lee as well.
But she looks at Roxanne like her daughter, so it would be like, eh.
I mean, it's not. There has been mother daughter, matches in the past. I believe Amazing Maria, and Hilly J are wrestled each other,
True.
which
I'm
is
just
actual
trying to see.
biological mother and daughter.
I know, right? I'm just looking down the line, trying to
Right,
figure out what's the after this. What is her why, right? Because this is her why.
right.
So what would be the why coming back other than the fact that I assume some other chick interferes, thus causing her to have to come stay. Like that's what I'm just trying to get that why out the way.
The other, you know, I know this sounds crazy to want, considering there's so many matches that she hasn't had. I won't say no to one more match between AJ and Paige. Obviously,
Ooh, you got to ask for Paige. You got to ask for Paige to come back.
because Soraya,
Maybe if they can do it right.
She's not currently working for any pro wrestling right now. So it's not like she can come back for a match, and I could make the argument that she didn't leave WWE too long after AJ, and that was kind of her defining, moment was against AJ, and then she kind of got lost in the shuffle. Um, you know, um, Personal issues and demons notwithstanding. So it would be like a nice little way to kind of put a bow on that, incredible rivalry that really set that made that made women's wrestling what it is today back then, if that makes sense.
What do you mean, like AJ Lee and Paige? Oh, I can name a couple more matches that made it before AJ Lee and Paige, but that's a whole nother argument.
Well, we'll drop them if you have,
Uh, Paige and Emma, um,
that was NXT.
Charlotte. That's yeah. I mean, but that honestly kind of juxtaposed the whole thing. That kind of offset everything. To be quite honest.
But I'm talking about the main roster because literally, like in one night, AJ Lee defeated the whole women's division in one match at WrestleMania. Paige came the next night. She beat AJ, and for the first time in quite some time before that, we got two women's wrestlers that had a that had legitimate wrestling matches against each other, which we
That
didn't, which was a kind of far cry from what we were getting with the women's the divas division at that time.
I mean, I get that sentiment, but nothing was kind of set in stone until 32. So until the three of the four horsewomen showed up, it really wasn't popping.
True, but it was the catalyst that started all of that. I
I
guess
mean, it could because I think the Paige Emma match made people want Paige to go to the roster.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I mean, not discounting NXT, but it was NXT. Wasn't the isn't the main roster. I mean, still isn't the main roster. So,
It isn't. It isn't. It just kind of showed, but that match kind of put people on game to it.
right, but the the rivalry between Paige uh and uh and AJ Lee was what made casuals actually kind of see, women can actually, have, legitimate matches. But that's just
I
my.
get that, but I get that. I just think that she just probably saw that as her one torch passing moment and dipped.
Right. And also keep in mind the women's revolution one half started unless AJ tweeted at Stephanie McMahon, you say that you support women's wrestling, but you only give us 30 seconds on a given Monday night. Give women's wrestling a chance. And then like 2 weeks later, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha made their debut. So I mean, she did she did spark a
Who's to say
revolution.
that wasn't a setup, though? Because why would they be like, oh, we want women's wrestling? Well, we just in time because we got a whole crop of people waiting for you.
Um, but also keep in mind the week before that, what sparked that conversation was that the Bella twins had a 30-second match on Raw. So, I mean, if Becky and Charlotte came on the main roster, who's to say they wasn't going to have 10 to 30 second matches if that didn't happen?
Yeah, true. I mean, I get AJ kind of was the catalyst, but if she really kind of wanted to stick to that gun, she would have stayed. I told you, personally, I think she just left because of the whole Punk thing and just stayed being a martyr. She left being the star that kind of like Aang and what's that show? Naruto. So like,
Eh?
started some shit, dipped out. Yes,
Are you talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender?
there we go. See, I'm horrible with anime. Don't mind me. Dragon Ball Z. That's all I knew. But anyway,
Are you?
but she started some stuff. She started some stuff and dipped. There you go.
I guess so. Oh, it is interesting to see what comes of this. If it's 1-for-1 match, that's great. If it's for longer, it's even better. Um, Talking about dream matches, maybe not even a dream match, but a match we never knew we always wanted. Post Malone um, has more or less called Seth Rollins out, wanting a match against him at WrestleMania 42. Post Malone was in the crowd in Paris with Jelly Roll, because why wouldn't he be? Um, he said that he thinks that there's some beef between him and Seth right now, and he thinks that they should settle it in the ring. Um, and for somebody to book it at WrestleMania 42. While I don't think that we're gonna see Post Malone versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, I mean, I do feel like there is a very good possibility we will see Post Malone in a soon WWE ring sooner rather than later. What say you, Kaliko?
Man, nah, that liquid courage had Post Malone thinking he can do it. Plus, he was next to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's like, "Oh man, this is amazing, man. Go up in there in that ring, man. Hit that boom, soft, bing, bang, boom, man." And next thing you know, he thinks he could do it, but he was drunk as a skunk, so it didn't even matter.
But I mean, does it matter if he's drunk in the match or not? If that's what gives him the courage to get his ass in there.
You saw what happened with Jeff Hardy under the influence.
Different poison. But I get what you mean. Um,
Same result.
I get what you mean.
Be a crash test dummy out of there.
But if I I will say this. I would say that Post Malone is probably a bigger name than Jelly Roll, but maybe not as big of a name as Bad Bunny. Would you agree with that?
Ooh. 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 That's tough. Uh, Post Malone has songs with Beyonce and Taylor Swift, so Post Malone might be. Jelly Roll's big because he's hiding country now. Post Malone is big mainly because of the crossover star. He started off as a rap dude that became a country-esque type dude, kind of like the Kid Rock way. Bad Bunny is probably the biggest Spanish star on the planet and probably outshines them all when it comes to the music space because reggaeton is so in. Country is up there, but the world vibe is Afrobeats and reggaeton.
So what's the definitive answer here?
Bad Bunny higher than you had it right. Post Malone bigger than Jelly Roll, but none of them bigger than Bad Bunny.
Okay. So you could agree that it would probably be a big deal if Post Malone would actually get in a pro wrestling ring.
But I don't see Post Malone putting in that work like Jelly Roll.
Um, I mean, would you have thought that Jelly Roll would have put in that work?
I have sources that showed me tapes of him putting in that work. Yeah, he was putting in that work.
No, but
It was ugly. It was ugly, but he was putting.
no. What I mean is, if somebody told you Jelly Roll is going to be training for a WWE match, would you think that he would actually put in the work that he actually did?
Yeah, he had to. He ain't walking around with that weight in the ring. Prime example, on my channel, I have when he first got in the ring in chokeslam. Look at him then and look at him now.
Right. But, I do feel like a lot of that actually goes back to, like I was saying like I said with AJ Lee, patient zero, so to speak. Bad Bunny. Nobody expected Bad Bunny to do the shit that he did in that match. And his first match was so much better than it ever needed to be for that type of star that he is. And he set the bar that, celebrities look at that are coming in and have to tell themselves, well, if that's the bar, I either need to get somewhere near close to it or not do it at all. Does that kind of make sense?
It makes sense, although keep in mind who was the celebrity standard before Bad Bunny.
That's a good question. Bob
I know
Bar-
who it was, but
Bob Barker?
who?
Bob Barker?
Oh Jesus, no.
um, Not the football guy. What is his name?
Oh, Lawrence Taylor? Jesus Christ, no.
I feel like I'm missing like a really big name here.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he was a name, but he wasn't like a household name.
I mean, did you have a name in particular?
Oh yeah, Stephen Amell.
Oh yeah, actually, I completely forgot that he wrestled Chris Daniels at the original All In, and
He
he
was the bar. He was the bar.
that's right, he actually
So
did put the work in. But we
he
could
was the bar. Bad Bunny just became the bigger bar because Bad Bunny became the biggest bar because he's just the biggest star on the planet, and he used that to catapult. See, that's the other thing too, because Jelly Roll is doing that in the middle of his world tour. Bad Bunny used that to catapult his world tour, which or no, no. Jelly Roll's in the middle of a city tour, like a country tour. Bad Bunny used that to set up a world tour.
right because obviously
So
he
think of that. He Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, used that to set up a tour, and then ended up main eventing. I don't think there'll ever be another celebrity that will ever top Bad Bunny in wrestling. Period. To have a match in Puerto Rico, main eventing,
well,
that's the bar.
well that does beg the question. I mean, Logan Paul at this point. Do we consider him a celebrity guest, or is he grandfathered in as a part of WWE?
Oh no, he's a part.
Yeah,
It's different. He is a wrestler. I mean, he said it himself.
right. I agree. So if Post Malone does come to do a match, I mean, who would he be wrestling? I kind of feel like a Post Malone and Jelly Roll match against a Logan Paul and somebody else would be the most would probably be the best fit for him.
For Post Malone, man, no, Post Malone ain't wrestling. Because all this is going. I'm hoping if that was the case, it was going to set up the fact for Logan Paul to do a one-on-one with Jelly Roll if he is taking that route. But the only way you can run that back is if Jelly Roll enters the Royal Rumble and eliminates Logan Paul.
Oh my god, do you really? First and foremost, do you think that we'll actually see Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania? Do you think that that's a WrestleMania match?
I don't think, considering it's two nights and they're waiting for people to be on the card.
Hello?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I just said, considering it's two nights and they need some appeal, I wouldn't put it past them. TKO will pull that shit out their ass. If this was a McMahon, maybe. TKO, they will definitely pull that shit out their ass.
I I don't know. I think Jelly Roll's more of a SummerSlam guy than a WrestleMania guy, if I'm being honest.
Nope. Okay.
It's a
And you
it's
see Jelly
definitely
roll that ass and down the ramp.
it's a PLE match for sure. Um, just a WrestleMania match, and I mean he's on tour right now, so or he's starting his tour, so I'm not entirely sure if he would be ready for a WrestleMania match at this time, depending on where things fall.
I mean, Bad Bunny did it in the middle of it. I'm telling you, don't put it past him.
I mean,
Don't
but
put it past him.
again, he's Bad Bunny. There is no comparing Bad Bunny. He's like the Brock Lesnar of celebrities. You can't compare him to the other celebrities.
You're saying Bad Bunny's in his own planet.
Right.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I mean, you don't you don't agree with that?
I mean, he is the bar, and everything that I said, he is that guy. I just am also of the belief that that motherfucker is going to pull him out of that. TKO is not above pulling it out of his ass, out of their ass.
Well, we'll see. If if we get a Post Malone tag match with Jelly Roll, that would be honestly that would be pretty sweet. I think that would be cool. After Seth Rollins gets out of his, rivalry with CM Punk at some point, they're going to have to let go of each other. Seth Rollins versus Post Malone match, give him something to do after that, rivalry with Punk. Yeah, why not? I think Seth could carry him to a decent match. If, he puts in the work, obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I personally think it's going to be. We were talking about semantics. Post Malone ain't doing it. Jelly Roll's got a better shot of being at WrestleMania than Post Malone stepping in that damn ring.
I disagree. I think we will see at some point Post Malone in a WWE ring.
If he wanted to, he would have been done it. Because at one point, he was bigger than. I mean, Jelly Roll's hotter than Post Malone right now. Now, don't get me wrong, Post Malone's a bigger name, but Jelly Roll's a hotter star right now. He's hotter right now in the last couple of years than Post Malone.
Well, one could argue that a WWE stint would kind of reignite that fire, no? Like, for instance, what is his name?
Fred Durst? No.
I was gonna say Mike Tyson. I mean, he wasn't in the best place when he made his WWE debut, but he did all of that stuff with DX, and it kind of reignited him.
But Mike Tyson was also just getting out of jail and starting his trajectory trying to get the heavyweight championship back. Two totally different scenarios. I'm just saying, Post Malone, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't see it happening.
All right, well, we will see about that.
AJ Lee got a better shot of winning the Royal Rumble than fucking Post Malone coming into the ring.
Well, we could probably both agree that this next bit of news is the least likely to actually happen, and that is Jeff Jarrett invited Travis Kelce to be in a AEW ring when his career as a football player is over. So Jeff Jarrett is saying that Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's fiance, should become a pro wrestler for AEW specifically after he retires as a football player.
That ain't happening either. Although Jeff Jarrett does have an in with Taylor Swift as she used to babysit his kids. So
That is very true.
I am not. I would put I'll put it as the least likely to happen, but it has a better possibility considering the connects.
Loki, do you think that Taylor Swift actually remembers babysitting for Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, because she did a 3 hour concert at his house.
Recently?
No, when she was trying to get on.
Hmm.
That was the story. That's the story. She used to babysit. Had the house topped off for a 3 hour concert
I would feel
before Taylor became the biggest female country star this side of Mississippi.
I feel like WWE would have a better shot of getting a Travis Kelce than an AEW at this point. I mean his.
Yeah, but Kelsey's not gonna. His body's fucked, and he already knows he ain't playing. They had Rob Gronkowski. You see how that went. His body is totally fucked. So
I mean, he didn't even get in the ring.
that's my point. Everything hurt.
Oh, but I mean, his brother did make an appearance at WrestleMania a year ago.
Jason. Yeah, he did.
So I mean, there is only like one separate degree of separation there. And 2 degrees to get
But
Taylor
that's for
Swift.
WWE, not AEW.
Right. So I mean, if there is any legitimacy to him ever getting into pro wrestling, I would imagine it would be for the bigger, company.
It would have to be WWE having a WrestleMania in Kansas City in order for this shit to happen.
Now, I'm not a football guy. I mean that's your realm of expertise. Is Travis Kelce that big of a name, or is his name only as big as it is because of who he's dating?
Hmm. No, Kelsey's a legit top five tight end of all time. When you're thinking, well, not top five, probably top 10. I could probably, yeah, he's roughly a top 10 tight end of all time. 2 time Super Bowl champ. He was known in the league beforehand, and the Super Bowls helped him. Him dating Taylor Swift just magnified it more. Because keep in mind, he became a household name in his prime. He blew up nationally when the Eagles played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because it was the Kelce Bowl, and the parents got on, and they ended up getting endorsements and deals. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying? So all of that was jumping off before Taylor Swift was even in the picture.
Okay, I got you.
And then when Taylor Swift came in the picture, that's when it became a whole different stratosphere. So he was a big star. He just became a bigger star because now he's linked himself to the Swifties.
And what is the likelihood that we'll get a Seth and Becky mixed tag against Kelce and Swift?
Whoo! You got a better chance of me getting paid from Steve Ballmer's secret account.
I
And
would
if you
say
don't know, you
that's
know.
unlikely.
Very unlikely. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hypothetically speaking, do you think that Taylor Swift could actually be talented when it comes to pro wrestling? Like, if she could she be a female Bad Bunny if she actually committed?
I don't see it. The body. I don't see an athletic bone in her body.
Okay, it's full.
Sexy Red has a better chance of being a better wrestler than Taylor Swift. And you know I despise Sexy Red. So there you go.
How dare you? She was
Because
the
Sexy Red look like she'll water fight. See, that's the difference. Cardi B got a shit better shot.
a Sexy Red was the official theme, was on the official theme song for a Clash in Paris. So I mean, she has her in with WWE already.
That's what I'm saying. She got a better shot of doing it than for real than the goddamn Taylor Swift.
So the Taylor Swift aesthetic is only an aesthetic, not for actual use.
It's an aesthetic meant for musical purposes only.
Yeah.
Only problem is I don't think that they got any what's that word I'm looking for here? The Swifties probably ain't got no reason to you know listen about all the breakups and stuff anymore because now she's
Well, I mean,
engaged.
it would give her more to actually sing about because obviously she can't sing about breakups anymore because she's getting married. Um, Taking bets of how
I
long that
mean,
actually lasts. But like if she starts pro wrestling, she could make songs about the bitches that do her dirty in her matches.
that ain't man. Shit, no. Because at least Bad Bunny had a song called Booker T before he wrestled. I mean,
This is very true.
he showed the inch. He showed the interest. It wasn't.
Yeah.
That's where it comes in. You got to sing about the interest.
I only bring
Hell,
this.
I'm surprised they didn't get Action Bronson. That motherfucker got songs literally named after wrestlers. Barry Horowitz. He literally has a song named Barry Horowitz. Pretty good song.
Action
Marty
Hor-
Jannetty. He literally has a song.
he wrestled for AEW. He teamed with Hook. So I mean, he did.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but I'm just saying, I'm surprised WWE didn't pop that out. Like, bro, you got a song named Barry Horowitz. Come on in.
Well,
Marty Jannetty, we might keep that one off, but Barry Horowitz, come on in.
I mention all of this because back in 2007, somebody that really had no business being in a WWE ring, but yet had a match with their biggest star, Kevin Federline, wrestled John Cena. And it was only to actually try and get Britney Spears to make a WWE appearance. Obviously, that didn't actually happen, but it didn't stop WWE from trying to get that, that locked down. So it's not like, oh, would WWE actually try and do that? WWE has tried to do that in the past.
That is true, but Kevin Federer, I mean, but that was 2000. I mean, that was when they were about to be on the mend, and Brittany went crazy, and Kevin won the kids, and that's a whole different time in 2007.
Right. I'm not saying that it was the best laid strategy, clearly, but it was a strategy that they had at that time. So WWE reaching
Yes,
for Taylor Swift in 2025, going into 2026, would not surprise me.
that part. Yeah, that's true.
So we talked about some good shit. We fantasized about other shit. Now it's time for the bad shit. Matt Riddle is back in the news. Do you have Do you have any idea what bad shit Matt Riddle did this time?
No, but I hope it doesn't affect the MLW show in October, but we will see.
It might. Matt Riddle no-showed a charity show to raise money for domestic abuse and homeless veterans. When prompted for a response, he said he don't need to explain himself. He said he used a lot of expletives that I will not be using on this show. But one of the key words in all of this was just like when you believe that Me Too bullshit. Um, Matt Riddle had a couple of appearances, so he had at least one meet and greet, and they actually pulled him from that meet and greet because his comments did not align with their values.
Mm-hmm.
I will, first and foremost, I'll say it was maybe not the best idea on whatever promotion this was. I believe it was in the UK. To have somebody that that had allegations of domestic abuse and on him to be a part of your show about Me Too. Well, I mean about domestic abuse. Um, but I digress. Obviously, you want big names, to draw, money for a charity. So, but I mean,
Yeah,
does it
that's
necessarily get worse than no showing a show for a charity show for domestic abuse and homeless veterans? Like, I mean, the only thing was if puppies were involved in these charities. Like he hit all of the worst things you could know show.
true. I mean, it's his prerogative. At this point, no comment, and let 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 the let the karma begin. So there it is. Let the karma go where the karma goes.
I mean, the karma just kind of came in because he's been shit talking CM Punk for the last maybe like 2-3 months, um, and now this happens to him. Like, yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the hell RVD is doing, but
Minding his business. That's what the.
no, he actually hasn't. He said he came out in support of Matt Riddle. At least when it came to the comments about CM Punk. I don't know how this changes things for him, though.
Okay, but so he did come and okay.
But I mean, low-key, I
I know
get. I
I
mean,
know he was talking smack. I know he was talking smack about the
Roger
what
Jackson.
was it the whole Roger Jackson thing, which it's
I mean,
so I
surprisingly,
mean
from last week, we have no new news when it comes to the Roger Jackson situation, which is kind of sad.
oh well no never mind. There are some news. Come to find out that that whole thing was a hoax. Thank God about him having a guest booking. Uh, the the city is investigating it though. That I do know. So charges could be looming, and one wrestler did get blackballed allegedly. I'm assuming because he did the right thing.
Okay,
So
so who? Okay, so you're gonna need to give me details on this. Who is claiming that it was all a work and a hoax?
no. I'm talking about Raja being booked for the show that we were talking about last week
Oh,
was a
okay, so
hoax.
that was a hoax. Okay, I understand.
Yes, yeah, that part was a hoax. Like, everything else was real.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
So that was a hoax, and one person got blackballed.
yep,
Okay.
the black ball continued.
So if any new news about it comes in, I obviously will be reporting on it. Hopefully, there's no new news about Matt Riddle, so we don't have to talk about him going forward. That being
Uh,
said, that will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.